So, good evening, friends. I welcome you to the second session of Android Study Jams organized by DSC MITOE. So, in the first session, we learned about basics of Android Studio, and in this session, we are going to see some hands-on. I hope that you have seen our first session, or otherwise, we will be providing the link of the session in the chat. So, let's continue with this next session. Over to you, Simran.
Thank you, Prateek. Is my screen visible? Hello,
Yes,
is
Simran,
my
it's
screen?
visible.
Thank you so much, Aditya. Hello, everyone, and I welcome you all again to the Android Study Jams session 2, that is hands-on Android Study Jams. In the first session, we have seen about the tracks, how to choose particular track among the two that were given. I hope that you have chosen one of the track and you have also installed the Android Studio, which was told to you because it takes a lot of time to get installed. So we had two tracks, new to programming and prior programming experience. So today we will learn about basics of Kotlin language and we will do some fun activity. And just revising or summarizing the things that we did in session 1, I hope that you all have filled the enrollment for Android Study Jam form. It will also again be provided in the video chat of YouTube. The second is follow the track of your choice. I hope that you all have selected one path that you would follow, as most of the students have told that they are new to this Android Studio. So I hope that you have chosen the first track. And this is the link for installing Android Studio. This was also shared with you prior and will be again shared with you. And I hope that before starting, you will install Android Studio. So overview of session 1. If you have missed the session 1, which was held by DSC MITAOE, so don't worry. We will provide you the YouTube link. You can watch it, and if you have any query, if you have any doubt, you can ask it. There's no need to worry. It was just about the track, choosing a particular track, and what will you get the knowledge, experience, skill badges, and how to follow along with these paths. Everything was mentioned in the first session. So starting, first of all, we will learn about Kotlin basis. As I have got the feedback in the first session that most of you are new to this language also, so we will start with it. First, coming here, so this is the you will get here to this page when you will go through the link. We will start with the first, that is new to programming course, because the basics of Kotlin is given here, and you will be provided with an online editor where you can run your code, you can verify it, and I will suggest you to do more and more practice. Okay, you can take problem sets and you can continue practicing. So you need to first sign in, ensure that you have signed in with your email ID, which you have used for creating this account. And because it sometimes happens that when you have done one activity or one topic, you get automatically a log out from it. So make sure that you have signed in. So we will take first. Here you will see that you have videos, code labs, and at the end you have quiz as already mentioned in the first session. You have all these things. So you can go through these, okay, and watch these videos, and then you can take the code lab. So in the code lab, first of all, you will get all the prerequisites that you should know, what you will learn, and what previous knowledge or pre-knowledge you should have. So this is the link provided for the online editor which you will use and where you will practice Kotlin. Okay, now we will see. You can see this platform, it is provided. Here in this box, you have to run your code, you have to type your code, and you can see this triangle button. You have to click it, and your code will run. And yeah, so let's get started with it. Okay. So first of all, you can see that a piece of code is already written in. here. Okay, so what does this mean actually? The fun stands for function. Okay, it means a function. Actually, whenever you write code, you write it in a piece of it is called a function as it runs whatever you write. Okay, you will learn about how to create different functions, how to create different classes. Actually, a class is a thing which contains several functions. We will see it step by step. Main is the name of the function. You will create different functions with different names, but main is by default name given to a function, which is necessary when you run a set of code, because by default it searches for the main function. If it is present, then it executes it, because your compiler should know right from where to start. Main is the start point of it. So then it is followed by two parentheses. You will see similar syntax in the different languages which you might be familiar with, like C or C++ or Python. So the basic thing that we do in all languages is printing hello world. So the syntax here is print ln, and in double quotes you will write hello world. If you will run this, you will see that simple, it prints hello world. And what ln means print new line. After printing hello world, it the cursor which would be here after this after this would be shifted to next line. For example, if I will write another line, hey there, okay, so you will see that it prints it to the next line. And if I won't write ln, so here no change, you will see no change, because this print ln has shifted the cursor already to next line, and there you print hey there, and now the cursor is after e of there. Okay, for example, if I will print again a new statement, green, welcome, yes, okay, and you run it, you will see that it gets written after there, no space, with no shift to new line, because I have not provided any command like such. Programming language is simply logical. It simply based on the logic that you use. Okay, so this is just basic things. I'll just remove these things. Okay, we have written this. So now are different data types, and what we say variables. Variables are generally nothing. You can refer them as containers which store the information that you provide to them. We have different data types like integers, strings, characters, boolean. So the different data types are stored in a container which we name as, they are tagged as variables. So what is the syntax of writing this? There are two things. First of all, you have to mention that what are you going to write. Val means variable, that value that you are going to, the name that will store, that will act like as bucket, act like as container which will store the information. For example, val a, here a will store the information equals to 45. Okay, println a. So what is just, it just simply prints 45, because I have stored 45 in a and I'm just printing a. So this is of integer type. If we have in double quotes, I would write something, it becomes a string. So it will print this. Now if I will write this in single quotes, what will happen? It will give error, because what it says, you should know how to debug your code, right? Too many characters in a character literal string. Literal string means whatever I have written. Too many characters. String constitutes of character. Here S, T, R, I, N, G, everything is a character. Okay. So what happens if I write only S? It prints S. So remember that single quote is for characters only and double quote is for strings. Okay, you can write characters in double quote as well, there's no issue in that, but remember that character is taken in single as well as double quotes, but your string should be in double quotes. And there is one more thing, it is VAR. Okay. If you type VAR, S equal to 8. Okay. And then print A. Sorry. Why this happens? Because I have written println A, but the variable was S. Okay. So you should take care of it because I have not declared A. There was no A in the code. There was S. Okay. But it prints A. So if I will now update the value of A equal to 45. Okay, and now I will print S. Sorry, I have to update S. So what happens here? S is updated to a new value. Okay, so this was about val and var. So now next thing is comments. Whenever this was a short piece of code, whenever generally you write a long piece of code, you have to take care of what you are going to write. For example, many times this happens that we generally write a piece of code, but we forget that what function it was actually doing for what we have written it. For that, coders or programmers generally write the comment with it. And the syntax is you have to just give two forward slashes and type whatever you want to type. Okay. For example, this is for addition and below this you can type the code for addition. So this is about all these things, and you can also do mathematical operations, and this is so simple, just like any other programming language. For example, val a equal to 4 and value of b equal to 8. So you can store b equal to b plus a. You will store the result in b itself. Okay, then print b. This is just basic things. Okay, one more thing is there. Why does this happen? I have written VARA and then VA and I have updated it previously. There is a difference between VAL and VAR. That's why I showed this example. The difference is that if you assign a variable with VAL, you can't update it. But if you will assign it with VAR, you will be able to update it. For example, if I change VAL with VAR, you can see that the value is updated. 4 plus 8 equal to 12. Okay, so if you want that, okay, in the code it generally happens that we give variables the same name with mistake by mistake. So take note of that. The variable name that you don't want to change in future, give it as VAL. But if you want that, okay, the update should take place, so mention it with VAR. Okay, so this was all about basic things. Similarly, you can do all other operations like subtraction, division and all. That is so simple in it. Then there is one more thing called repeat. What if I want to write a piece of code by and by? For example, I want to print, I have a var a equal to 5 and I want to print it 10 times. Okay, so I have to write print a 10 times. But it is so hectic and it is so confusing and the code becomes too much. The first thing that you should remember is you should write concise and precise coding. Okay, because it is of no use if your code can do the work in 10 lines and also in 100 lines. So why to go for 100 lines of code? It will also make it will be heavy on your compiler that you have to compile so many lines and you have to, then if error occurs then you have to debug it also. Although debugging in Kotlin is easy, but still you should be particular about your coding skills. Okay, so here is one thing called repeat. So what repeat does, it takes the value that how many times you want to repeat it. For example, I want to repeat 10 times. And what do I want to repeat? I want to print a value of a 10 times. Okay. So repeat in parenthesis the amount of time you want to repeat the code written inside the curly braces of repeat. For example, this is the syntax of repeat. I will write it once again. Repeat, curly parenthesis and curly brackets. In parenthesis, you will write the number of times you want that particular code to repeat, and inside it, you will write what do you want to repeat. What is your code? That is print A. So when I will run this, you see it gets repeated this many times. Okay, so this was about repeat. For example, I've have told you that if you want to print a string, okay, you will do like this. Okay, it is print ln, not print ln. Okay, so it will get printed. Okay, but if you want to, you have val a equal to 7. You want to print the value of a and print this string together. So for this, what you have to do, you will type dollar in curly braces, name of variable. Here you see string is this 7. It means that you have written the string in double quotes. But if you want to insert any integer number which is stored in a variable in it, so what you will write dollar in curly braces the name of the variable. Okay, this is all with it. Nothing much in this. This is so simple. So let's go to one other. Let's create a function. Okay, so the basic keyword to create a function is first you have to write fun, that stands for function. Then name your function. I will name it print new. Okay, then parenthesis you have to give. Then in print new, I would write print ln welcome to session 2 on PSG. That is Android Study Jams. Okay, so but what happens when I will run it? Nothing. Why? Because this print line statement is written in function print new. Okay. But what I have told you that while you run this, your compiler first search for the main function, because by default it first searches for main function, and whatever is written in it, it executes that. But you can see that here I have created the print new function, but there is nothing in association with main new. Main new doesn't recognize this function. Main new has it is not associated with this. So to call it, what you have to do in the main function, you can write its name. Okay, now it gets printed. Why? Because here you have called this function. If you create a function, you need to call it in the main function so that it gets recognized, so that the compiler sees it. It doesn't give any error. Why? Because there is no error. There is not any logical error or error in syntax. But the thing is that you have not I have not called the function in the main function, so it was not able to execute. Okay, so this is about creating a new function. In the activity that we will see after this basis of Kotlin, we will see how we create function in Android Studio. The syntax is same, just you need to connect different things, and we will see class there also. Okay, so now moving ahead, next what we have is we have seen repeat also, we have seen nested repeat. There is one more thing called range. For example, I have 1 to 6 numbers and I want to print them. So what is it? Value a equal to, how we write range here, 1 dot 6. For example, I want to print from 1 to 6. Okay, so it will take all the values from 1 to 6. Now I want to randomly print something. I don't want to give any input that print this, print that. I want it to print things randomly. So for that I can type var b equal to a dot, the function in build function is random, a dot random. What it does, it takes the value of a. Value of a is ranging from 1 to 6 as provided at its range, and it will randomly select one value. A dot random parenthesis, it is the syntax. It will randomly select one value. Now I'll print this, print b. It is stored in the variable b. And now I print it. What you will see? 5. I'll run it again. 2. I'll run it again. 6. So what it does, it takes any value, randomly any value from 1 to 6 and prints it. So this is about random. We will also use it in our activity. So we will just do fun. I just want you to learn and enjoy. If you want to do it parallelly, you can do it, but I'll suggest it that as you are new, as you want to learn the basics, first focus here. Then you can watch the video, which will link will be shared. You can watch the video, and you can do the practice again if you just miss something due to any issue or something like that. Right now I will suggest you that focus, but if you find that okay, the pace is good, you will adjust with it, so you can do it, no issues. So this is about random and this. The next things, the few things we will see while we will perform the activity. Okay, because basics are covered, there is nothing much more in this. We can do one more thing. We can just do while loop. Okay, we can also perform that. So for that, let's take a variable dr equal to let it be 8. Dr, you will know what I'll do with it. Now repeat. Let's repeat it 10 times. Okay. Or let's do one thing. We put dr range in dr 1 to 20. 1 to 10 will be fine. 1 to 10. Okay. So repeat 10 times. What we have to repeat 10 times? Now we will take a variable equal to not random. So what I did, uh, I took range 1 to 10 in dr, okay, and then I will repeat this piece of code which I will write 10 times. So what will I do in the code? Variable a is assigned the value dr dot random. It means it will pick any value from 1 to 10. Okay. Now starts our while loop. What is the syntax? While the name of variable, that is a. Why a? Because I will do the coding depending on the value of a, that is depending on the random value which would be taken from 1 to 10. So while a, in parenthesis, what we will write, if value of a is 1, because we have taken from 1 to 10. If value of a is 1, print hello serial number. And how do we write? Dollar in curly braces a. Okay, I will print the value. Just copy. And if similarly we will do for all other things. And what is that? If value is 2, okay, then it will print 2. If value is 3, it will print 3. If value is 4, similarly we will do till 5. Value is 5, it will print 5. If value is 6, it will print 6. If value is 7, it will print 7. If value is 8, it will print 8. If value is 9, it will print 9. And if value is 10, it is a simple thing I'm doing it just to make you understand the logic, the syntax, whatever is associated with it. Okay, so what is here? It will repeat this instruction 10 times. And what is this instruction? That a is assigned the value, any random value ranging from 1 to 10. And while a, it means whatever the value of a would be, do the respective that is shown. Okay. And when I'll run it, okay, it is some error. It is actually when a, because whenever this value will be there, you have to just print it. Okay, as I have run it 10 times. So first we got 6, then we got 9, then 8, then 5, then 3, then again 3, then 4, then 6, then 1, then 10. Okay, so it was just simple. Now it is the Kotlin basics are over, because there's nothing much more in this till now, because we are going step by step. We will move step by step. I hope that you have understood it. Now the different things like class and all we will see in Android Studio while we perform the activity. So now I would request Pratik to continue with the thing.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello, guys. So, in the last session, we were seeing how to connect your smartphone and run your app on that. So, we are going to see that now. So, you have to first open the Android Studio. Yes. So, yeah. So the first thing that we have to do is enable the developer options in your smartphone. I hope you can see my screen. So go to the system, go to the about phone, and then at the bottom end you will see build number.
Pratik, hello
Yes,
Pratik.
yes.
Please do it slowly. Actually, your screen is lagging, so do it slowly so it
Okay,
will
okay,
be
okay,
clearly visible. One
okay.
second, please.
So first thing that you guys have to do is go into your phone settings. I hope it is visible clearly. Then go to the about phone, and then you have to find your phone build number. It will be listed in the about phone tab. Find the build number, and you have to tap it for 7 times. It is showing now, and then you have to enter your phone's password, and it is saying that you are now a developer, so that we can use these developer options. So to use these options in stock Android, so this is we are talking about stock Android phones. Go to the system, then advanced. You will see that their developer options are enabled here. Just go and turn it on. And the next thing you have to do is just go down. Make sure that developer options are turned on. You can see there is on and the tab is on, and turn on the USB debugging. Just press OK. Then take your data cable, connect your phone. Now it will be showing that allow USB debugging. Just always allow. If you trust that device, it is your device. Allow it. Then moving towards the Android Studio part. Yeah, so here you can see uh, my phone's name is showing up. So you should, after allowing USB debugging on your device, you should see your phone's name here. which is my phone's name is Nokia 6.1 Plus. It is showing here. So that means that we have successfully connected the phone, and now you can see there is a simple app that I have created here. I'll run the app and I'll show you it how it runs on my phone. So just press this little green arrow here, and it is showing that Gradle build running. Once the process finishes, we will see the output. It might take some time because it will build the app, create the APK. Now it is installing. And yeah, you can see that on my phone it is showing the same app that we are seeing in the Android Studio. You can compare them. Yeah, so that's it. That's how you guys use your physical Android phone to connect to Android Studio and run your apps. I recommend this if you don't have like a good spec laptop, because at least you must have 8 GB RAM to run AVD. So it is recommended that you use your physical device. Yeah, that's all. Over to you, Simran.
Yeah, thank you, Pratik. Okay, now I'll start. Pratik, can you unmute?
Yeah, just
Sorry,
just give
mute
me.
yourself.
I'll stop sharing.
Okay. Okay, now we are ready to. Am I audible? Okay, Pratik, please mute yourself because voice is echoing. Okay, guys. Now we will start with the activity. So first of all, you have to open your Androids. Once you have open your Android Studio, you have to choose Pratik voice. I don't know why is echoing.
Pratik, mute from laptop as well as mobile.
Sorry guys for the inconvenience. We will start with 5 seconds. Okay, let's start. When you will open your Android Studio, you have to choose one activity. So for this activity, let's go with a simple. Choose the empty activity. The next, then you have to name it. I will name it roll num. Roll num try. Okay. Okay. The package name, as I have already explained in the session one, you can see the name of the package, which is unique for each project that we'll create. Okay, so it is reverse in order. First domain name and then the name of the project that have provided. Okay, then location is where you want to save your project. So here, as you can see, that it already provides you with the default location where you will save your project. So let's go with the default one. I won't change it. Language is Kotlin. So minimum as SDK is the minimum API that you need to select so that your app is compatible in maximum devices. Okay, you this was also been explained. So click on finish. It will create a new project. You can see the project is loading. Here in the build, you can see that all the settings going on, all the synchronization, Gradle build, everything will take the time. It generally takes 2 minutes at max, so we will wait for it. You have your activity main XML. You have your main activity.kotlin, and here all the project related things. Your main concern is the app. It contains all the things that you require. Okay, all the folders, all the libraries, and all the things that you require. And in the activity main XML, you can see all the grid web, design web of your application, that how actually it will look like. It gives you the actual web, and we will also run the app in the connected device or the AVD that you are using. Here you can see that Xiaomi Mi 3. It is my phone that is connected with it. So I will run it in my phone, through my phone, and I'll show you how it goes. Okay. So configure successful in 52 seconds. It is built. It has now built. Now we will do our activity. Okay. First of all, let's close this project because it's taking a lot of space. And now we'll come to this thing. Okay. So here you can see that. Let's minimize this build also. Here you can see that the main page and the blueprint of it. We will delete everything because we will start from the scratch today. Okay. So you can see there's nothing in the page. It is totally empty. Let's do one thing. We will add a button and add a text web. And when we will click on the button, the numbers will appear randomly. Okay, we will use random here. We will create a class, we will create a function, and what we will do, we will give a range that from where to where the number should appear, and we will also add an image at the background. Let's get started. First of all, take this button and add it here. Okay, you can see that the button is added. We will constrain it as already taught you because to align it properly. You can also do it from here in the constraint widget. In right hand side palette of attributes, you can see layout in constraint widget. You can click on the plus icons, and you can constrain it from here as well. But I suggest that I generally do it from here, so you can either go from there or do from there. It's totally up to you. Okay, from here also to here. Okay, so it's constrained. So we will go with this yellow warning, but this hardcode later. First of all, let us add a text view also. Okay, text view will be here. But let's do one thing. Constrain the text view according to the 8. We will constrain this according to the button. Okay. You can adjust this wherever you want to place it. You can shift it up, down, right, left. That's not the concern. You can adjust it according to your convenience, and you can check on your device on the AVD that how it looks like, so that you can adjust it accordingly. Okay. Initially, when you click on the text web, you can see that it has been allotted an ID. I have already told you that you can create meaningful ID. You just need to change it. But right now, I will leave it as it is because we are not doing lot of stuff. We are just simply making a basic app. Okay. In the text view, in the text initially, I just don't want to represent anything. I want it to be empty. Okay. So I will clear the thing, and here you can see that there is nothing in the text view. Okay. But when I will enter the name, or number, sorry. I wanted it to be in a particular order, or we can say with particular font, with particular color. So in the attributes, select search for size. Okay, first of all, click on your text here and then size. You will see text size. Text size is measured here in SP. I will select it 36 XP. You can select any size you want. Then we will find text color. We will select a text color. Let it be. Right now, leave it default because we will see it after the background image we will add, right? Because it depends on the texture of that image and color of that image. It should be visible, right? Now, designing the button. In the button, you can also see that it has been provided a text, it has been provided an ID. So leave the ID as it is in default, because we don't, right now won't be confused because we have just one button and just one text field, so it's okay. So I want role in the button to be written. So you can see that it has changed to role from button. Click on the button, we will do some settings, we will do some changes in the size, text size. Let us make it 30. Okay, and color. We'll change the color. We'll change text color to something good. What about this? Okay. So we have colored the button and all. We have done this. Now to the main part. That is our main activity. Now we have to provide functioning to it. We have to, link the button with the text view. In the XML file, what we have done, we have just added it. But we need to change it. That is, we need to, provide it the link that when we will tap and it should change the number. And one more thing is this yellow icon, that is hard code. Hard code means right now I have written the text role inside the button, but what it is like, I have directly given the text here in the attribute section as you have seen. But what is generally preferred is that we need to hard code it. That is, we need to provide it a code, so that here you can see that resource name is role, resource value is this role. You can change the value, it will be appeared on the button, and change the name refers to this particular code that we will provide. And what is the file type? It is string. Okay, .xml. This is it. Now we will go to the main linkage part, that how we will connect it. First of all, as you have added button, added text here, you need to include it here. So here you can see that class, I have talked about that class contains all the function. This is the main activity class. That is the main that the compiler first searches for. And this is the function. You can see function, and function name is on create. And you will learn about override step by step what override is. And this is the package. You can see that it is the package that you have selected com.example.roll num try, that we have given name and it is a unique identifier. And in import, if you will click this plus icon, you can see all the things that you have imported, right? Now we will call the button first. You will call it inside the override function on create, because you need to tell your code that okay, I have added a button and you need to recognize it. So how will the button be recognized? Definitely by the ID that is provided. The ID is the unique key that identifies that there is a button. So we will store that identity in a variable. We will take it to val because we don't want to change it. Okay. Let us give the name role button. Okay. And what is the type? It is a button. So val role button, name of the variable, semicolon, and then button, because its type is button, equals to. Then how will I call? Find with by ID. It is a function. You can see that it, the best thing of Android Studio is that it gives you the option that what you want to write. Okay, so I'll click it, find web by ID. So what was the ID? Go to main XML, click on button, just clear this color because it will give the optional like that. So ID is button. I will copy it and go to main activity. So how we call r dot id. R means resources. Dot id dot the name of your id. And what is that? It is button. Okay. We have called it. We have called button. We have told the code that okay, I have linked button. Button is there present in the page that I want to create. Okay. Now what I want that once I click the button, there should be a number appearing. So I have to set a function or set a code which will tell the compiler that once the button is clicked, show this. So how is it done? What is the name of the variable in which you have stored the button? That is roll button. So I'll write roll button dot set on click listener. So what is set on click listener? Set on click listener does one thing. It just tells that once we have clicked on it, what is required. It is required that whatever the code is written inside it, just follow that. Okay. Curly braces. Viv. What is viv? Viv means everything that you see generally in your application that we are making in XML. The display thing that is displayed is called the viv. Okay. So I will make a function called roll it. Okay. What will I do? When I have here it will show red because I have not created it. I have just declared it. Without, if you will declare anything, call anything without declaring it, so it will give error generally because I have not yet written any function named roll it. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just leave it as it is. Once we will create, the error will be gone. But I say that once I click on the button, call roll it. So now I need to create roll it. Outside the function on create another function. Okay, we will create a function of private type. Private type means that all the variables associated with this function will be can be called only in this function, not outside this function. Okay, all the variables, whether it will be VL or VAR type, everything can be called inside it only, not outside it. Then our basic keyword, that is fun, and what is the name? Roll it. Okay, and then parenthesis, after that curly braces. Inside roll it, I have to write the main code. That because till now I have just told it click on it, call roll it. But what I have to do? Click on it, call function. But actually, what is happening in the display on the web when I click the button, randomly a number should appear. Okay. So for that, I will create a class so that you can understand it in a better way. So outside this class, because that is another class now, and this is class main activity, I have to write another class. The keyword is class, like function fun, and for class it is normal CLASS. Now I will name it as roll number because we are rolling the number. Then inside the parenthesis, I will give the parameters. Now what are parameters? Generally, if you pass something in the parameter, it will take this value and use in further code. Okay, till now what we are doing, we are simply creating function, giving values inside, but your class or your function can take value from other class or other function as input, and that input can be provided as these parameters. So I will create a variable of type private, val. Let us give it the name number size. Okay, and what is the type? It is integer. You need to specify the type because it should know now that it is integer or string or anything else. So what this class will do, will create a function inside this function named roll. Till now we have created function, but we have just created function which print something, which does not return anything. Returning means you have called a function or through a class or created a separate function and called it. And once you call it, it performs the specific task that you have assigned it. And after performing the specific task, it returns some value. It doesn't print anything in the display. It returns you the value which you can use for in the later code, okay, in the future. So it should we have to specify the type that it will return. Here I will return integer. Why? Because I have to print numbers, so numbers are integers. Semicolon integer, which will tell it that you need to return, and you need to return data type integer. Then the keyword return, which means that return now whatever I will perform. And what I will do, from 1 to num sides. As you know that num side is the value I have given here. So what does it mean? Ranging from 1 to the value that is provided to this class, you have to specify a range. And dot random means take any random value from it. I hope it is clear. What this function does, it this takes any value from range 1 to num sides. Num sides is the number that is being provided to the class. It takes the value from 1 to num sides and randomly picks any value and returns that value. And return, for return I have to specify the type, that is integer. I know that you can do this in one function only. You don't need to specify a different class or different function for this. But my main motive is that you should know how to create a class, call a class, and what are return functions. Okay, so this is the basic of this. Now we have created the class. We will main to our private function, that is rollIt. So in the rollIt we will call this class. So how we will call this class? For that we need to specify a variable that let us specify numply, okay, which is equal to, what is the name of the class? It is roll number, okay. And inside this I have to specify the number of times, so the outer value of the range. 1 is to num sides, I have to specify the num sides. Let us take 20. It generally shows num sides semicolon 20. Don't worry about num sides. It just refers that you are calling num sides. The name is num sides, nothing more. Okay, so I have called the class. Now what I need to do, I need to call this function role as well as in the text section. I have called this class. I have selected a particular value. You can see that in the value numply takes the value of roll number, but it returns. It returns any particular value from 1 to num sides. Okay, which it will return. But where I need to place it? I need to place it in the text view. Okay, for placing in the text view I need to call text view, because till now I have called role, but I have called button by calling its id, but I have not called text view. I have not told the code, okay, I have also added a text view. That is only in the main xml, but not in this main activity where it should be, so that it would link it. Okay, same goes for text view as we did for the button. What we will do, well, let's take result text view. Okay, result text view, the name of the variable. And what is the type? Text view. Okay, is the type text view equals to. Now I have to call simply find wave by id. And what is the id? R dot id dot. Now I have to copy paste the id. Go to your main XML, click on text view, and just copy the id. See how important id is. It's a main thing that links your things. Okay, so I have called it. Now I need to store the returned value. Okay, the class returns any random value which is stored in numPlay, which is stored in this variable numPlay, because numPlay equals to class name, and the class name returns a particular number ranging from 1 to num sides, that is 1 to 20 that we have provided. Okay, and this value is stored in numPlay. Now what do I need? I need that the value stored in numPlay should be inside the text view. I have called the text view. So what is the code? We write that result text view, that is the name of the variable that calls the id, dot text. This means that the text space area. Inside that, we have to put something in that. Okay, result text view is the name of the variable through which you call your text view. Dot text result text view dot text means that in the space where we have not inserted anything yet, you need to place that number. Okay, fine. We have created that equal to. Now I need to put, what do I need to put? The return value. And where is the return value? The return value is in numplay. So I will call numplay dot what is the function role, because right now I'm just calling the class in numplay, but I need to call the particular function. Here you can see the error that required character sequence found in. Why? Because in text we generally write string. If you even write integer in the main XML, which it just converts it into string and displays it. But here what I am returning integer. As you can see, function role semicolon integer. It is of integer type. It will return integer. So here what I can do, dot to string. It will convert the number value to string and will store it into the result. Okay, so we are ready with our code. This was, but we will set your number randomly from 1 to 20 and put it in the text view. Okay, now we will run this. For that, let me connect to my phone so that you can also see. Okay, from here I will stop sharing and I will start sharing through my phone so that you can see. But before that, how we do that? We just click on the run. Okay, I will run it here, then I will present my screen. This build says us when it is built or not. Now clicking on the run button, it just takes some time because all the libraries, all the things we have linked, it needs to build it, import it, and provide all the linkage. So the tools that we require for building it just generally takes time, not much, but it is worth waiting if you are making a really fun app. So I hope that you all are enjoying and you all are understanding what I'm explaining. This is just basic, just totally basic because in the first session, as the feedback told that most of you have not get started with Android Studio. So this is for you guys so that you can feel comfortable with it, because it's not good if you will rush. You need to understand each and everything properly. Our concept should be clear. Okay, now you can see that they're successful. Now I got it in my phone. I'll just share the screen with you. Can anyone tell me if my screen is visible? Hello, is my screen visible?
Yes, your mobile screen is visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. As you here can see the app, it contains the role button. The whatever function was, when I click on it, it should display a number. Okay, right now it's not. We will check the code. Okay. I hope that my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Simran, your laptop
Okay,
screen is visible now.
okay, thank you. Now we will see that why it was not working. Okay, let's see it one by one because it generally happens that there is some difference of linking. Okay, let me check it. Okay, first we have called the button by the button ID. Then we have set the role button on click listener, and we have called the function. And after that, we have created a private function was called on click, and the value numply associates the class and gives the value 20. And then result text wheel stores text wheel, and result wave dot text give the stores the numpty dot role, that is a function return value and converts to string. After that, we have created the class number. Okay, let me check it. Is the screen visible? Mhm. One second, guys. I don't know what happened. I will just share the screen again.
Hello guys, please wait for a while. We are trying to share screen on YouTube, so please have some patience and please wait for it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So, Is it visible now? Okay. Sorry guys for this. Actually, I don't know why the screen was not displaying. Uh, Let me just check the code. Okay. So where were we? We have done the things. We have added the button and added the role ID also. Just 1 minute. Pratik, actually voice is lagging. Sorry, echoing. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Is it visible now?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Sorry for this. Let's continue. What we will do, we will just first add an image to our background, then we will make the further changes. Okay. Okay, here. Okay, all the things. We'll do it once again. For adding a image, you need to add the image viv over here. Okay. You will add it over here. You now need to select a image. For you, I will select one image. First of all, you need to upload the image in the drawable so that you can, choose that image. For that, go to Viv, then Tool Windows, and then to uh, your Resource Manager. You can see it here. This is Resource Manager. Now you can click on the plus icon, that is add, then import your drawables. You can upload any drawable that you want. For here, I will choose this pic. Here you need to, just go through your location in your PC, that from where you want the particular image. That image should be in your laptop. So select that and select OK. You can see here the image is added. Then next and import. To check it, you go to your project, your app, then your resource, in your drawable. Here, this is the image that I've added. Okay, you need to remember the name. Now go to your activity main.xml. For, as I've told you, that for adding an image, you need first an image view. Okay, add this image view. Now select the image. That is, I have selected this image. Click OK. In the component tree, you can see that below constraint layout, text view, then button, then image view. Here, what happens if you will put the image view at the bottom, then you won't be able to see the button or the text view because it is added afterwards. So it will cover everything. So for that, what we will do, we will just click it, drag it at the top. Okay. So images first. Now we will hold it and constrain it to the top and from left and right as well. Okay. So it is constrained. Now what we will do, you can see that it doesn't cover the whole thing. Okay, for that, change the layout width to 0 dp and layout height to 0 dp, so it covers, but you can still see that it doesn't cover the top and bottom. For this, in the attribute, search for scale type. What the scale type will do, it will fit your image as per you will select. Okay, then select center crop. Now you can see that the image is in the whole screen. Okay, now we need to manage the text in the text wheel that will be added. For that, remove the scale type and type size. I don't know who the things are. Okay, it was already set to 36 sp. Now we will set the color accordingly. Okay, we will select a particular text color which will be suitable. Let it be this red kind of thing. I hope it will be visible. Now the button, we have set it the color, but it generally happens that sometimes, due to connectivity problem, things are not working properly. So button, we will select the color, the text color we had selected, this one. Okay, this will go. And size to 30. Okay, I think this is fine. Now our code was okay. I find everything right. Let us give it one more try. It will again take time because of the compilation and all. Okay, I need to share the screen because I'll share it to you through the phone so that you can see. I'll stop sharing here. Is my screen visible? Okay. Now you can see that we have the image that we set it in the background. We have the button. Now it should work. We will click on the button and in the text field we will see numbers. Okay. Here you can see 1, then 2, then 7, then 5, then 1 again, then 10, then 8, then 2, then 5, and so on. As I click on the button, numbers generate randomly. Okay, so this was the activity that were going to perform. I hope that you all have understood, and sorry for the inconvenience between of screen sharing it of voice echo. Now let's connect here again. So this was the activity that we made, the little project that we made. Similarly, you will see different projects in the main, of this course. You will see different things in different subunits in different chapters and different things. So first of all, I would suggest you that go with this first, that is Kotlin basics for Android, so that you will learn it properly. Then you can go for the new to programming. Okay, so this is let's summarize it once again. What we did, we just went to our XML and we created the web. What we want to display actually, we created that. For that, we added the button. Let me clear it. We added the button. When we will click on the button, you can see the attributes related to it. That is its ID and everything else. You can click on the button. Yeah, its ID, its color, its size, its constraint. You can set it from dragging the positions and here, or from the constraint widget also. And we just put it, adjusted it on the place where we wanted to. Then the text where we adjusted the text where accordingly. We made the changes of the text that we want. Initially we kept it blank because initially we don't want anything to be here. And then we added an image at the background. We first of all we imported the drawable, that is we need to import the image, or else we can use the image already present, that is of Android logo. I think that is there. So you need to arrange the things properly. You need to first, but where we go, we generally go to where, then tools, where, then tool windows, and then to your this resource manager. Then in resource manager you can click on add icon and add drawable and all, and after that you can see that in the project your app folder is your main folder, okay, because you need everything related to your this application is stored here. So you can also change things, you can change different things. You can change the name and change the things, and these are layout present. In layout you have your activity main xml, that is this file where we do all the changes, uh, and all the things are available here. So you can use your webs, you can refer them properly, and after that when we set it, we went to the main code that is linking our application properly. So what here it does that first of all we need to call the id of button and text view, so as to make the code know that okay we have added it, because only adding is not sufficient. You can see it only on the view. If you will add in the xml, you will run your app, you can only see that okay it is present, but only being present isn't sufficient, okay, because it becomes static. You won't be able to do anything, perform anything. You need to make it interactive so that you can work on it. Actual applications work like that, and I hope that each one of you will make a amazing application. Okay, so first for calling it, we have learned that we call it by val and var. If you want to change the value of the variable that you are providing in future, if you want to change it in future, then use val, or else if you don't want to change it, so use val. If you want to change it, var. If not, then val. Here I have written VL because the ID is unique. I won't change the ID in future. If I need to change, I need to change it from here only. It's not changing multiple times or for different piece of code. Okay, so it is like that. Then value VAL, name of the variable, that is role button. I provided here semicolon. The type, what is it? It is button. So button equal to, how you will call the ID. There is a specific inbuilt function that is find where by ID. You will write it in parenthesis r.id.button. Why r? R means resources. Everything that you are inserting, the waves, the different things are your resources. So r.id.button. Button is the ID that is here by default provided to your button. As we have not changed it, we have kept it as it is, because it's just one button, one text here, so okay, it's good, we can go with it, no need to change it. So it is kept as it is. So we have called the button here. Now button, the name, that is variable name, calling button role button dot set on click listener. What it will do, it is also, you can refer it as event listener, that when you will click on the button, what it needs to do, it needs to call the role it function. All the further performance that you want to do, you will call it by that function. And we have created private function role it. Private means all the associated variables with the function will be accessible by this function only, not by any other function. Okay, so private function role it does the code that is written in it. So what does it do? It creates or declares another variable called numPlay, which is associated with the class role num with parenthesis amount 10. What is role num is a class, and what is the syntax for this class? After that, name of class, that is role num, and in bracket we have provided parenthesis. We can all generally provide parenthesis, the value that will be used by the class, that it is a private variable name num slides, and it is of type integer. When you write any variable in parenthesis, you need to give its type, right? Because it needs to know what kind of variable it is, what kind of input it is accepted to accept. It can accept only that kind of input, not if you write string or any other input you will give here in roll num, it will give error. Okay, and then inside the class we have a function, that is function role semicolon int. Why? Because it has to return. it has to return some value. And what it will return, it will return any random number ranging from 1 to sides. That is the value provided. Okay, it will pick a number, and that number will be stored in the function. Numplay calls the class. Okay, it invokes the class. Actually, we say it invokes the class and it invokes the function. Then we invoke the result text wave variable, which stores the type text wave, and we have written the id just same like as button, because we need to connect it. We need to actually store the value there. Then result text wave dot text means in the space in the text wave you need to insert. What you need to insert? Numply dot role. Generally you hear right class dot role, that it is a it calls the class, and here dot role calls the function, because in a class you can have several functions, so you need to mention that which particular function you want to call, so you will call it. And dot to string will convert it into string because it returns function but text accepts string, so it will convert it into string and it will be displayed. So this is the overall activity that we did. Hope you have understood it. And if you have not any idea about which part you need to know, as you, if in case you have not attended the session 1, so I would request you to first go with session 1, check out it, learn that what actually the pathway you are going to follow, know about the event but actually it is, then come to session 2. That is from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simran. You did really well. One thing I would like to mention, if make sure to fill enrollment form. Without filling enrollment form, you will be not eligible for certificate. So make sure to fill it. And thank you so much, Simran, for this wonderful session. And thank you all for attending. So all the links are in description and in also chat. So thank you so much.